I'm going to be reading a short story called The Cocoa Estate, and it's one of a series, I guess I should say, about a boy named Nate, Trinidadian boy, um, who is psychic. That's probably all that you need to know. Okay, The Cocoa Estate. Down behind the post office are about 10 acres of land, red immortal shading the cocoa pods ripening slow. Sometimes when Nate walking down a narrow road that run alongside the estate, Frank Gomez is pulled up in his station wagon. He come from the city to look at the fruit and to talk to the caretaker about fertilizer, or what it could mean that it have so much rain this year. Nate figure, Frank Gomez, lean and dark with a mustache and a poxy face, must be about 40 now. But Wes, the caretaker who living on the estate donkey years, could tell stories about when Frank was still a boy and how much hell his father make the family suffer. Old man Gomez was a cocoa panuel, born on the land and scarcely leave it. He went in the city with his horse and cart a Friday, and when he reached back the Sunday, his new wife was with him. They raised 7 children: Cristobal, Ramon, Ana, Francisco, Enrique, Maria, and Raquel. All 7 of them dark and dry up like their father, and hardly a word has come out their mouth. West say he never see children play quiet so. But it's no wonder, because anytime he drink, old man Gomez beating them with a guava whip. At first, the wife used to beg for them, but when he started raining licks on her too, she stopped. West say he used to see her hanging out clothes in the yard while the whip singing down on one or another of the 7, but like she ain't even hearing. He say he tried to stop him once, and old man Gomez aimed the shotgun at him. He was wicked enough to shoot too. Another time, when West hear one of the boys screaming, he run and bring the constable, but Gomez tell the officer he was only disciplining the boy, and since when you can't discipline your own son? Then he offer him a scotch. When the constable gone, the panel will fire West. He only get his job back after the old man dead. Nobody too sure what happened that night, but it's only he that burned in the fire. His wife and his 7 children and the horse and cart was nowhere to be found. After a couple of months, the wife appeared and asked West to come back as caretaker. The family stayed in the city where they had moved, and all the business after that passed through a lawyer. When she died, the children didn't even want to hear about the estate, except Frank. He spent money on fertilizer, and he paid some men to help West. The cocoa making more money for them than it ever make. Pods just right for the harvest. And in the center of the land, the shell of the house still there, black, the roof gone, but it refused to crumble. When they're feeling brave, Nate and the twins and Hully is play hide and seek on the estate. West don't say nothing unless he know Frank coming. One time they're playing and Marlon Jessup fling a stone straight in a Jack Spaniel nest. A stream of those wasps descend on the boys, and all 4 mothers had many stings to soothe that evening. Another time, Hully tripped on a root and bust his mouth. Today is Nate's turn to find everybody, so when he finished block his eyes and count, he started running towards the shed in the back of the burnt-out house. But a man he don't recognize sitting under a tree. He's skinny, and he wearing a white merino, old dungarees, and rubber boots. He looked like Frank, but older, smaller. As Nate get closer, he see he have a rust-colored cocoa pod between his knees. He beckoned to Nate, hold the cocoa out to him, and break it in half. Nate jump. The flesh of the fruit dark gray and fat white worms crawling on it and out over the shell, over his hands. Nate pelt away from the shed, and as he fly out to the field and into the driveway, he look up to see a station wagon coming hard, but with one sharp blast of the horn, it swing off the road into the field and jerk to a halt. Nate stand waiting quiet and watch Frank watching him through the passenger window, his eyes round. He raised a handkerchief to his face and wipe it, smooth his mustache with 2 fingers, get out and slam the door. The boy bracing for a buff or a cut tail, but all Frank says, "Watch where you're running, boy." "Sorry," Nate whisper, but Frank like he ain't even hear him, just walked down the gravel road towards the cocoa house, his back stiff. That's it.